Jerry Seinfeld taught me something. Meditate. He owes the creation of Seinfeld to transcendental meditation, which I've never bothered to look into because it costs about $1,000, and I'm pretty sure all they do is just go, okay, so I want you to make up some gobbledygook word that sounds peaceful in your head, like shmamushmush. Does that sound peaceful? It does to me. And then they charge you $1,000 for it. Pretty much that's it. The point is, guided meditations, look them up, start implementing them as a daily practice, especially at the beginning of the day, and probably around that 3:30 itis, if you can. See, look, do the classic George Costanza thing. How much is Seinfeld getting brought up? Twice. That's probably going to be it. You know how he just hides under his desk and takes a little nap there? Instead of doing that, if you can do the same thing, hide in your broom closet at work and just meditate. Get some peaceful vibes from God and then go back and start, doing whatever you do, which I'm pretty sure is just making grapefruit drink memes to put on Twitter. So if you're doing that, that's what you need to do, obviously. It's such a highly stressful job. The thing is, the days that you don't meditate, when you start practicing it, like most habits, it's not a thing of, oh my God, I feel so much better. It's just like night and day. It's kind of just like, if you don't do it, it's night. You know what I mean? Why am I a female Big Brother contestant from 2000 until 2012? But it definitely does. Try it for yourself. Start implementing it as a habit, and then see what you feel like on days where you don't meditate, because there definitely will be. I slip up every now and then. Whoops. Everyone does. But I think for the most part, if you start making it a thing, like, you know how some people, people say, I go to the gym every day. I also go to the gym every day. And by that I mean, probably 5-6 times a week. But there's a couple of days where you miss it because life happens, doesn't it? It happens to you. So there's got to be times where you do miss it. And you will notice that you feel way more frazzled, that you're not able to focus as much. And you don't feel as centered and as positive as you do when you meditate. This is why it's been a continual practice of people for thousands of years to implement this in your daily process. I think the key reason is, in the modern context, so from the 50s onwards, most people's lives are filled with this low-hum, refrigerator level of anxiety. Usually, in caveman times, you'd just be walking around, nothing would be happening, and then all of a sudden something would pounce at you and go, "Dad!" You go, and just have to stab it to death, and then you just go. It's like being a cop. I suppose cops have it now, except for even them, they've got this constant thing of the constable going, "Where are you boys? Can you get me some donuts? You need coals." "Oh yeah, don't worry about it then. I want a donut king." "That's right, you're not coming to constable. I'm not going to promote you to constable now." So everyone's got pressures now. The only people that aren't are people that still do live that caveman lifestyle. And I think that's everybody knows that that'd be a nicer way to live to certain degrees. Give me 30 years of that instead of the 30 years that I've had so far of going, how good is Pokemon? Not the second round of the 150 Pokemon, but the first one. They were the best. 8-year-old connoisseur, mad. That's why you need to start doing it, because in the modern day and age, you never get that feeling unless you're in a war zone. But you get this constant like, I'm going to pay bills, I'm going to go to work, I don't want to go to work, I don't know, Sharice is going to be there, she's such a bitch, I hate Sharice. All of that stuff is constantly going on in the back of your mind. And when you meditate, it goes like, it goes like, and just flat lines for the rest of the day. That's why really motivated people like Howard Stern and Jerry Seinfeld transcendental meditate twice a day. I just normally meditate. There's all these different practices that you accrue. I might even do my guided meditation one day, but not today because I don't want it to turn into... I think I need long hair for that. Pretty much down to here, and it to be exceptionally clean, and the rest of my body to be quite dirty. And just this kind of feel of, yeah, I get a lot of pussy, but it probably wouldn't appeal to you. I'm basically having sex with mud. That's pretty much it. That level of hippie. I need to be at that level of, I'm pretty much a relaxed ferret before I get into giving you my guided meditations. Especially since there's heaps. I'll link one in the description. Go do it straight after this. That will be your homework. The reason that you should. They started introducing transcendental meditation into problem schools in the US. Some of them used to have those airport monitors to see if you're carrying in guns. They used to have that at the beginning, at the entrances of their schools. They don't have them anymore. Think about how reduce the level of crime has been purely from getting them to calm down a bit instead of just eating fucking Fruit Loops, coming to school and then everyone being like, you packing, you packing. Now none of them are doing it and they're all just walking around studying. On top of that, I can't remember the exact statistics. As always, I just completely just blow it over and go, do absolutely no prep talk. But I do remember that the amount of studying and the increasing of grades increased significantly, sharply, and purely because they were able to meditate. Because it got rid of all of that crap in the back of your head. It's kind of like, this is a really nerdy analogy and I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I just remember that one of my editors years ago was going, oh yeah, the longer that you have a computer, it's going to drag more because all these other phantom files start taking into your megabytes. That's what it does. It's just one of those programs. That's what meditation is. On a daily basis, getting one of those programs is like, sweep my Mac. Gets rid of all the crap on the outside of it. That gives you a blank slate for the rest of your day to really pursue your goals much more focused than you can. And remember, this is the basic point of the entire channel. Get as focused as you possibly can because it can only do good for you. Another great piece of advice by Jerry Seinfeld, and I might even use that in a completely different video, which was work hard, only good can come from it. But you can't work hard if you can't fucking focus. And this thing makes you focus. Thing. And by thing I mean meditation. You know what I mean. God, I sound like a construction worker in New York. The thing over there, you know? Go do it. Go meditate. If you don't know how to meditate, there's going to be hundreds of people going, there's guided meditations on YouTube. I've linked you to one from The Honest Guys that sound like this, and it kind of sounds like that they could have two options in life of either being a guided meditation practitioner or a pedophile that owns an ice cream truck. But that's a great voice to have in your head, isn't it? I'll see you next week.